Hello everybody, welcome back. I need about 5 minutes of your time please to discuss the most unique development opportunity I've ever had the honour of dealing with. Now I promise you I didn't make that statement up as just pure clickbait. Welcome back to Unique HQ again, by the way. Right, the property I'm about to discuss is going to appeal to anybody who's looking for the most amazing grand designed type project to work on. And there's good reason I'm having to discuss this from the office rather than being out and about. This particular unique home doesn't actually yet exist. About 6 months ago, I was contacted by a lovely Dutch family who are very passionate property conservationists who happen to own an historic home in Germany. We had a long chat over the phone which culminated in a conversation about a house that they own that's not actually standing at the moment, and the reason it's not standing at the moment is because it's been dismantled and put into a specialist storage facility. Now it turns out they purchased this historic oak-built house in the town of Kornberg, which is in the state of Hesse, that was originally commissioned and constructed in 1706 by a wealthy miller by the name of Johann Holstein. And apologies if I've pronounced any of that incorrectly. Now this particular house was earmarked for demolition. I don't know why, I can only assume it was part of a wider redevelopment of the land. But being the passionate conservationists that they are, they couldn't bear to see the thought of such historic architecture being torn down and lost forever. So they decided to have the whole thing professionally dismantled and put into a specialist storage facility at huge expense. And that's where the house has been ever since. Now, their plan was to use it themselves, but a change of circumstances meant that they basically wouldn't be needing the house. So very reluctantly, they've decided to put the place up for sale. And would Unique Property Company be able to help them find a buyer? Well, I do love a challenge, so I accepted. But to fulfill, to fulfill my remit, I needed to think of how I could package this up in order to make it hopefully a quite straightforward affair for somebody if they were interested. So my first port of call was to contact my good friend Peter Morris, who's an extraordinarily good architect. His knowledge of eco homes is unsurpassed. So with this in mind, he put together some visuals which are absolutely standout. And it's his vision of what this house could look like by combining the original exterior of the German house with many contemporary additions and extra square footage. What you're now seeing on the screen is the final draft of that vision. It's around 4,000 square foot of family home embracing state-of-the-art design with eco features all combined with the framework of this beautiful German historic home. What I know is, as a finished home, it would be the most incredible statement, completely unique and almost a one of its kind in the world. Now here's what you need to know. The shell of this can be purchased for £195,000 sterling. You will need to make your own shipping arrangements. I'm pretty sure it could be packaged and sent pretty much anywhere in the world. The owners of the shell have logistics options for people, and they can help people if they wish, if they were planning on moving it somewhere in Europe. You will need to either own some land or you'll need to find a site that could accommodate the house. If you're in the UK, I do have some contacts over the country who could be employed to help source a site. Just give me a shout and I'll put you in touch with the relevant people. You will need planning consent. I think if you were keen, I'd suggest you have all this ironed out before you go ahead and purchase the house. And if you plan on shipping, please check with a tax expert or the local authorities, wherever you may be planning on relocating it to discuss any potential duty that might be due depending on which country it's being shipped to. So that's it. That's about it for now. I'd love to know your thoughts and what you make of this project. Please do drop me a line below. If you do find this interesting, we would need to have a further, deeper, full conversation. But for now, I've tried to make this initial video, this introduction, if you like, as uncomplicated as possible. If it does appeal though, please email me, simon@uniqueproperty.tv, or you can call me at the office 020 3987 1739 with more specific questions. I hope it all makes sense. As usual, if you're one of those creative thinkers who's looking for a property that's a bit different to the norm or historic, why not check out the properties at our Unique Property Company website, uniquepropertycompany.co.uk, where you can also drop us a line with any requirements you may have. I'll leave links in the description below for this project and for Peter Morris, the architect. If you are looking for alternative architecture, you must take a look at his site. He's a very, very talented guy. So that's me done, and on that note, I'll bid you farewell and thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. Until next time, please look after yourself.